All right, so today we're diving into something that I think a lot of our listeners are going to be super interested in. You guys sent us a ton of messages about this article, the one about the new Google Pixel 9a smartphone.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's buzzing about this one.
Right, so we figured why not take a deep dive and see what all the fuss is about.
Exactly.
So this article, right off the bat, is calling the Pixel 9a a potential game changer. Maybe the best budget-friendly Android phone out there.
Yeah, and I think what really caught everyone's attention is that the author's even comparing it to Apple's upcoming iPhone 16.
Yeah, head-to-head right out of the
That's
gate.
exactly.
So let's start with the basics, the price. The Pixel 9a is coming in at $500.
Which puts it in direct competition with that rumored $600 price tag for the iPhone 16.
Right, so a $100 difference right there. And the author of this article, I think they're kind of hinting that if you're already all in on Google's ecosystem, the Pixel 9a might be the smarter choice.
Yeah, especially if you're not really feeling the whole Apple walled garden thing. I mean, it really comes down to how much you value being within that Apple ecosystem.
Right, or Google's ecosystem.
Exactly, yeah.
So let's move on to design. The article mentions that the Pixel 9a is looking pretty different from its predecessor, the Pixel 8a. It's going for a more, I guess, iPhone-like style is how they put it.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And I think what they're getting at is that it's probably got those flatter edges and a more squared off camera bump, like we've seen on recent iPhones.
Makes sense. So, and they're really going all out with the colors this time. Black, white, peony, which is like a bright pink, and iris, which is kind of a purple.
4 colors? That's 2 more than what we're expecting for the iPhone 16.
More choices for the consumer right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
And then they even mentioned that the chassis color will match the back.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and matching cases too, apparently.
Yeah, they're going for that cohesive look. And get this, they're claiming it's the most durable A-series phone yet. IP68 rating for dust and water resistance.
Oh, wow. IP68. That's great to see in this price range. So, you can accidentally spill something on it or get caught in the rain, and it should be fine.
That's huge for me. I'm always spilling things. So, okay, let's talk about the display. The Pixel 9a is rocking a 6.3-inch Actua display with a 20.9 aspect ratio, same size as the Pixel 9 and even the Pixel 9 Pro.
Yeah, they're really going for that consistent experience across the lineup. And it's still got that smooth 120 hertz refresh rate from the Pixel 8a.
Which makes everything feel super smooth.
Sure.
Scrolling, animations, you name it.
Absolutely, yeah. And they've also bumped up the peak brightness to 2700 nits, so way easier to see your screen outdoors, even in direct sunlight.
Okay, that's a nice upgrade. I know the author of the article did mention that they still prefer the deep blacks you get with Samsung's AMOLED displays.
Yeah.
The ones they use in some of their mid-range phones.
Right. But they did say that Google's actual displays have gotten much better.
Yeah, like significantly improved. So for most people, it probably won't even be a noticeable difference.
I think so, yeah. Especially at this price point. I mean, they've made some huge improvements.
Now, let's get into the brains of the operation. The Pixel 9a is powered by the Google Tensor G4 processor. Same chip that's going to be in all the Pixel 9 phones.
And it comes with 8 GB of RAM. So this is a serious amount of processing power for a $500 phone.
Yeah, it's kind of blowing away the competition in that regard. I think this is where Google is really setting the Pixel 9a apart.
It means you'll be able to take advantage of all the latest AI-powered features Google keeps rolling out. And the phone should stay snappy and responsive for years to come.
Okay, so this brings us to battery life. We're looking at a 5,000 milliamp battery in the Pixel 9a.
Not bad at all. Google's estimating up to 30 hours on a single charge.
Which is actually a bit more than what Apple's claiming for their iPhone 16. But, those are just estimates.
Of course, yeah. Real-world usage can vary so much. It depends on how you're using the phone, like if you're streaming videos constantly or playing a lot of games.
So always take those battery life claims with a grain of salt.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. The camera. The Pixel 9a is sporting a single rear-facing 48-megapixel camera with macro focus capabilities.
Interesting. They're going with a single lens this time, which is a bit different from what we've seen from Google in the past.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty similar to what we're expecting from the iPhone 16, a single 48-megapixel rear camera.
I guess we'll have to see how it performs against Apple's camera.
Right, but Google is known for its incredible camera software.
Absolutely. Their computational photography is amazing.
Right, and they're packing all their latest AI-powered features into this one. Even that Add Me thing, although the author of this article said they haven't had much luck using it yet.
I haven't tried that one either, but, it's early days.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that develops.
Yeah.
But they did say that the camera app felt really responsive. Even compared it to the Pixel 9 Pro, they snapped a test photo of some grapes, and were pretty impressed.
That's a good sign. A fast and responsive camera is crucial for those moments you want to capture quickly.
Exactly, you don't want to miss the shot because your phone's lagging. So, okay, the article kind of boils down the whole Google versus Apple thing to this.
It's like a battle of the ecosystems almost.
Yeah, and it's Google's AI and camera prowess versus Apple's walled garden experience.
And that $100 price difference.
Right, the Apple tax, as they called it. So you really have to decide what matters most to you.
Exactly. If you value seamless integration across all your devices and you're already deep in the Apple ecosystem, maybe that extra $100 is worth it.
But if you're looking for the best bang for your buck, especially when it comes to the camera, the Pixel 9a might be the way to go.
Especially if you're an Android user already.
Right. So last but not least, let's talk about availability. The Pixel 9a is hitting the shelves in April. You'll be able to get it directly from Google or from other retailers for $500.
And of course, we always recommend waiting for those full reviews to drop.
Always wait for the real-world tests.
Right.
See how it actually performs in everyday use.
Exactly. Things like how the battery holds up under different conditions, how smooth the software is, all that good stuff.
So to sum it all up, based on what we've seen so far, the Pixel 9a looks like it could be a really strong contender in the affordable phone market. I mean, you're getting that powerful Tensor G4 chip, a promising camera system, a refreshed design, and a bigger battery, all for $500.
Yeah, Google seems to be making a real push to capture that budget-conscious audience.
And it really makes you wonder, is the smartphone market shifting? Are people starting to prioritize staying within a specific ecosystem over those individual specs?
It's an interesting thought. It seems like both Google and Apple are betting on it.
And the Pixel 9a and the iPhone 16 are going to be right at the center of that battle. It'll be fascinating to see how it all plays out.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Keep those questions and those article suggestions coming. We'll catch you next time.